Good evening and welcome to the City of Cedar Falls Planning and Zoning Commission meeting for this Wednesday, June 9th, 2021. We'll start out with the roll call. And Karen, you're up.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Hartley.
Here.
Holst.
Here.
Larson. I know Mr. Larson's absent tonight. Leeper. He's absent tonight as well. Prideaux.
Here.
Saul.
Not yet.
I know Leanne was intending to zoom in, so she may join us in a little bit. Sherrod.
Here.
Sears.
Here.
Prideaux. Did I get you?
Me.
All right, great. Our first item of business is the approval of the minutes from the May 26, 2021 meeting. Was there any corrections or notes anybody wanted to make?
I would move to approve. Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by aye.
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 That motion carries. Minutes are approved. At this time, I would open the floor up to anybody who would like to address the commission under public comments on any item that is not on the agenda tonight. And seeing the full house we have or don't have here, I don't think, is anybody online?
No.
Okay.
Still one in Zoom.
So we'll skip on through public comments. No old business, and under new business, we have 3 items all related to discuss tonight, starting with the first item, which is a preliminary plat at 5909 Prairie Parkway. And so we'll start with the staff report.
Thank you. The applicant, Alex Bowman, is on the phone and joining us tonight over the phone. So we're going to look at the preliminary plat and the final plat together as the staff report was joined together. The site is located on the northeast corner of Viking Road and Prairie Parkway. It is south of Menards, north of John Deere, and east of the Tire Discount. A neighborhood notice was mailed June 3rd for this meeting and the following meeting on June 23rd. The applicant is proposing to replat the Pinnacle Prairie Commercial South Phase 2 of Lot 2. As part of the original plat, there is a provision in the deed of dedication limiting access off of Prairie Parkway. And they're proposing to revise this deed of dedication to allow this access onto Prairie Parkway. The applicant is proposing 4 lots and a new street. The streets will be private, and the north-south street will align with Menards access. And to make that happen, it includes a 25-foot easement onto Lot 3 of Pinnacle Prairie Commercial South Phase 2, Lot 3. And the east-west street will have a right in and right out onto Prairie Parkway. The applicant also proposes to connect to the regional stormwater plan for this subdivision. The parcel is located on the Highway Commercial Zoning District. And in this zoning district, there is a 20-foot setback requirements, and the final plat does show those setbacks as required. As mentioned already, the applicant proposes the streets to be private, and they will be installed with the first site plan review or first development that is being proposed on this subdivision. And we will see that at a later time tonight. The deed of dedication outlines that the owners association will be responsible for maintaining the private streets, the private utilities, as well as any common ground that they share. And the sidewalks that are required along Brandon Lynn Boulevard will be installed at the first development between Lot 1 or 4, and then the westernly sidewalk along Prairie Parkway will be installed at the same time Unity Point is developed. And that is a quick outline of the preliminary and final plat, and staff is working with the applicant to making sure the wordsmithing is correct on the deed of dedication as well as the easement for Lot 3. So therefore, staff is recommending to gather comments tonight from the Planning Commission as well as any public, and continue this meeting to the June 23rd meeting. Staff is available for any questions.
All right, thank you very much. And I'll clarify then, we're actually kind of jointly reviewing items 2 and 3 on the agenda then, just for anybody following along with their scorecard. Also note that Leanne Saul has joined us, so we are up one more member, so we're good to go. I would, at this time, ask if the applicant would like to make any comments to the commission on this item. And he's online,
Yep.
correct?
He's on the phone. Alex, I've just asked you to unmute. *6, right? I'm sure.
We'll figure out the technicalities of this.
Yeah. There he is. Yep.
Alex, are you there?
It says he's speaking, but we can't hear him.
Any? Well,
Yeah.
okay, well, we'll just have to move on then, since we're unable to hear Alex. I'm sure he had wonderful things to say, though.
Maybe he can talk to us after the meeting, and then by the next meeting, we can make sure that he
Yeah,
gets access to.
that'd be
Yeah.
great. So after that, if there's there's no one else online, and Dave, I'm not sure if you came to comment on this project. You're the only one in the audience.
No, I just come to hear the discussion.
So we'll bring this back to the commission for any questions, discussion.
Do you know, to the east of this major change in the original plot, is there anything dedicated to the east side of this change?
So to the east is the Lot 3. Let me speak into the microphone. To the east is Lot 3, and the only change would be the access or the private easement that would be over Lot 3, which will be recorded as an easement when this plat gets recorded if approved.
Yeah. I mean, this seems like it's fairly straightforward, and I mean, I don't see anything too objectionable. It kind of looks like the normal process for subdividing these properties, as the development warrants. Did you mention on the access to the Prairie Parkway, was that a slight change? I mean, it's a right in, right out.
Correct.
We weren't going to originally allow from between the two streets there on Prairie Parkway to have access, but
Correct, as
but-
part,
but a right in, right out is proposed, which I don't see any problem with that. I think that's probably actually helpful, getting with that property, having a kind of a front and back,
Yeah, we had quite a bit of discussion about whether the city would be okay with allowing that because it wasn't one of the designated places for access to this. But the city engineer did review this for safety, and there's no cut in the median there, so it naturally has to be a right in, right
Right.
out. So we will make sure that when they construct that they have clearly marked that as one way, so,
Yeah.
people don't get confused when they're coming out of that access. But there will be full access then to Brandywine Boulevard.
Yeah.
So it will, and that's one of the reasons that we have recommended that they build the full street all the way up to Brandywine, so there's full access to the very first development, which is that Unity Point.
Yeah, I mean, because otherwise, I mean, the two units facing Viking Road, I mean, they'd have a kind of a tough access if you had to go all the way down to Brandywine Boulevard, come back up, that's kind of not the best deal, but I think that way doing it in the right in, right out seems pretty safe for that kind of deal, with the divided road right there.
Was there consideration from Viking coming, just how close that is in proximity to the roundabout and coming off from Viking Road, just the speed of traffic and the difference in speed of traffic between Viking Road and Prairie Parkway?
So the access off onto Viking Road will not change.
I can see where this would be the way to go for the future, because there aren't very many large buildings that you can put on those plots. So you almost have to subdivide those, continuing all the way down in front of Menards. So, yeah, I agree. I think it's a great way to get started on this and develop the area.
Any other questions or comments? So this is a discussion item for tonight, and with the intent that we would take action at the next commission meeting. So if there's no other comments, I think we will go ahead and move on to the last piece of this item, or this property, and that is a site plan review for the same 5909 Prairie Parkway. So we'll start out again with the staff review or staff report.
Thank you. Oops. As I mentioned already, the site is located on the southeast corner of Prairie Parkway and Viking Road. The site will be closest of the new proposed subdivision. The site will be the closest to that intersection. The applicant is proposing a new 4,001 square foot building for a clinic. The site plan includes 27 parking spaces with a dumpster enclosure on the site. As we mentioned already, access will be on the private street, as proposed from the last application. The streets will be built at the same time as Unity Point Clinic, and the sidewalk along the western property along Prairie Parkway will also be installed. The applicant also proposes 20% of the lot outside the setbacks to be landscaped as shown in the landscaping plan. And as outlined in the staff report, staff finds that the site meets the setbacks, the open space, the parking requirements, landscaping, signage, and the use that are allowed within the Highway 1 district. As part of the Highway 1 district, there are architectural standards. The applicant proposes a one-story building with a flat roof and additional parapets to provide a variation of the roof. The applicant also proposes the building materials to be a fiber cement in a gray color as well as a redwood color, and with corrugated metal panels in a light gray. As mentioned in the staff report, the applicant the building proposed meets the design standards as listed in the highway district. Staff recommends to gather all comments from the Planning and Zoning Commission and the public, and continue this meeting to the June 23rd. This application cannot be moved forward until the preliminary and final plat is approved. And staff is available for any questions on the site plan.
Great, thank you very much. Any chance we're going to be able to get Alex in? Probably not.
I've left him unmuted the entire time, so
Okay,
I don't think so.
all right, well, we'll skip right over the.
Is it working?
Oh, here we go.
Yes, we can hear you.
welcome.
All right. Hello. I apologize. We were having some technical difficulty, I guess, with our audio there.
Yeah, would you like to, and if you want to retroactively go back with any comments on the final, preliminary and final plat, you're welcome to as well.
Sure. I figured I'd just give everybody on the Planning Commission a little bit of backstory on this project. So, GA Point Clinic is currently operating in Cedar Falls, and they're looking for a location with easier access for their clients. And they selected this site, and so obviously they do not need nearly the land mass that is currently there as the existing lot 2, so it is being proposed to be divided into 4 lots. And in order to provide decent access from Viking Road to these 4 lots, we had requested to do the right in, right out. We utilized the SUDAS design criteria for the setback from Viking Road, being that Viking Road is a minor arterial, and we exceeded that by some degree with that distance setback from the design standards. This allows us to have a traffic circulation pattern through the site and makes the fire apparatus access much easier for the fire department, especially if there is any first responder calls that would need to be done.
All right. Anything else you wanted to mention on the proposal or on the site plan?
That pretty well sums it up. If there's any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Great. All right. Thanks, Alex. All right, I'll bring it back to the commission for questions, discussion.
I have one little question. I know currently we have a bike path on Green Hill. I don't know what the width of the sidewalks are along Viking. Has there been any future consideration to a bike path along Viking Road? Do you know, is that in any future plans?
Yes, I believe there is a trail proposed along Viking Road. Can you bring up the aerial there? You can see that's the aerial photograph superimposed to the trail is already partially in along Viking Road. With this proposal, the sidewalk, regular sidewalk, would be then extended all the way up to the roundabout at Brandy Lynn with the Unity Point Clinic. So it will provide that connection north, and then there's a sidewalk that runs to the north. So it will provide, the new sidewalk will provide some connectivity both to the Viking Road trail and also north to Brandy Lynn.
Okay, thank you.
Other questions or comments?
I feel like the proposal, they meet and exceed all the requirements, so I have no concerns over the proposal.
Yeah, I don't see anything that jumps out at me that I'm worried about or questioning. I mean, design-wise, everything seems to meet kind of the expected standards and nothing too big of a deal either way. So, and staff doesn't seem to have any major concerns. So, any other thoughts, comments? If not, we will move this on to the next meeting as well, and hopefully we'll take some action then. So with that, I think that concludes all of our regular business schedule for tonight. Is there any staff comments or anything that we need?
The only thing I would state is that last time we had talked about whether we're going to continue the hybrid meetings, and since the governor did extend their health emergency proclamation, so we will continue to have offer the hybrid meetings to the public.
Okay. Is there an idea on a timetable on that, or is just for the foreseeable
We-
future,
we-
and we'll,
I think for foreseeable future, and we will pay attention to what the governor has to say about that.
okay, very good. All right, is there any other things? If not, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by aye.
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 We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.